What's up, everyone? How we doing? This is Thomas with Real Broker here in St. Augustine, here every Wednesday at 8 p.m., covering the market stats, the local news, and any questions that you guys might have living here in the area, moving here to the area, just life in general in St. Augustine. If you have any additional questions, you can always reach out to me directly. I have a link below. It's a Calendly link. You can schedule a 30-minute video appointment with me. So if you need any further assistance, don't hesitate to reach out. Or if you have a question, I'm sure someone else has that same exact question. So leave it in the comments below. So we always like to start out these things. Just let me know where you guys are tuning in from. So where are you guys tuning in from? What has you thinking about moving to our area? And yeah, just let me know what has you considering St. Augustine, or if you're local here, what has you tuning into our channel. Appreciate you guys being here tonight. I'm going to hop right into it. I'm going to go into the market stats. So let's go. I'm going to share my screen. All right. Okay. So like we do every Wednesday at 8 p.m., we're going to go over the local market stats. Okay, so new listings. We got 170 new listings, pending 105, contingent taking back up 58. So essentially the same that came on the market went off the market. And closed 156. So 170 new listings and 156 closed listings. So almost 1-for-1 in that aspect, in that ratio there. But one thing to check out here: price changes. So we're seeing people are reacting to the market. Sellers are starting to get a little wise to what's going on. If they were pricing their home high, then they definitely have felt that they're not getting any showings, they're not getting any offers, and really it comes down to price and condition. That's the main thing. Realtors don't make the price. I wish we did. Every house would be $1 million house, but unfortunately we do not. But let's take a look at the week here. So you have new listings 846, closed listings 703. So the one thing that we have seen is that new listings have actually started to come down from this time last year. It's not a very, very significant drop, but compared to the market last year, we had more homes coming to the market. So that's pretty interesting to see here, almost a 1-for-1 with new listings and closed listings. Give me 1 second. Come on. Get in here. You want to be a part of the live stream, big baby. He's a good boy. Okay. So right back into it. Let's take a look at the market stats here. Boom, boom, boom. Inventory. Okay, we've been keeping track of this, guys, right? This is something we're looking at every single week. You can see that inventory 7739. Okay, days on market. We've also been looking at that too, right? 33.3. In September, it went up to 38.2. That is a significant jump month over month. But we did also have that significant increase in interest rates. People are also worried about the hurricane, right? Absorption rate still at 2.5 months. So like I've said before, really 4 to 5 months is where we're in that balanced buyer and seller market, where both of them have equal negotiation skills or negotiation power. Here we're at 2.5 months, so we are still in a seller's market. But because of everything going on, how rapidly we've shifted from such a hot seller's market to a less hot seller's market, there's definitely a lot of room for negotiation as a buyer. So let's take a look here also at we want give you too many here. Average sold price here, so it has dipped down a little bit. So we're at 419, so 420, let's say, down from 434, down from 441, but still significantly up over last year. So if you're looking at a month to month, real estate's probably not for you. But if you're looking at an annual basis, that's really where you need to look at real estate. Looking at the month to month, you'll go crazy, just like anything. You look at your stocks daily, especially right now, you're gonna go crazy. Great. Okay, so we went over the market stats there, guys. So if you have any questions about what I just covered here and what we're seeing, what questions you may have about the market, let me know in the comments below, because any question that you have, seriously, someone else has. So love to be able to help you guys out. That's why we're here every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Also, if you want to join the newsletter, we do a weekly newsletter, which also touches on the news, touches on the real estate, the market stats here in the area, also gives you a tidbit of what we're doing. So if you want to get in tune with that, reach out to me directly. We're going to hop into the first news story here, which is going to be about what's happened this past week, right? So I'm going to share my screen one more time. All right, so we know that Hurricane Ian came through Florida, and it did a ton of damage. Oh, come on, what the heck? I was literally just reading this. Okay, but the main headline you can see there, Biden and DeSantis pledge lasting support to rebuild Florida. The main thing that they wanted to show here is that these guys can work together to help Florida rebound from what's going on here. Fort Myers got hit big. I saw that they had, I think, 48 deaths in total, or maybe 56 now in total, and most of those people drowned. So you like to think that a lot of those deaths were preventable. It's not that they weren't prepared. I think just when it comes down to hurricanes here in Florida, it's almost like a rite of passage living here. People are really stubborn about leaving the island, my grandma included. I mean, my family has owned that piece of property since the 70s, and they've had a double wide trailer on there pretty much since then. My grandma put their double wide trailer on there in 98, and she was like, yeah, I don't think I need to leave. It's going to be a tropical storm by the time it gets here. And really, by the time it got here to St. Augustine, I mean, it was a tropical storm. She was exactly right. But the flooding with the king tide and the amount of rain that we got over those past, it was like 2 or 3 days prior to it actually hitting us, really brought the flooding around the area to a significant point. I think I saw it cost somewhere around like $38 million in property damage here in St. Johns County, which is, grand scheme of things, not that much compared to Fort Myers. But the one thing also with that I wanted to touch on is that really, it changes the inventory down there in Fort Myers. They just lost a lot of the property, a lot of the homes that were probably up for sale in that area, and people need to make adjustments. People are going to have to move. So I wonder if we're going to see people moving from Fort Myers up to here, whenever they figure out what they're going to do, because, either they're rebuilding their house or they got to make another situation happen. So I wonder if we'll see people move north because of that situation. So really, really interesting. Folds into our next topic here, guys, which is going to be about interest rates. It's going to be about the news, how, of course, they're portraying everything. Interest rates are not great. Everyone knows that. 7% compared to what it was a year ago, literally double what it was. Okay, continue. Allow the ads. Oh, come on. Mortgage applications plummet 14% as higher interest rates and Hurricane Ian crush demand. I want to say that's pretty much all related to Hurricane Ian. That's pretty much all related to higher mortgage rates. I don't think that Hurricane Ian, I mean, obviously, if you're not from Florida, it's something that you're going to worry about because we saw the significant amount of damage that happened. But for most people that are living here, it is something that is part of living in Florida. If you want to live by the water, if you want to live by the beach, you want the weather, it comes with the storms. And, people are aware of that. They just take the risk. So mortgage applications, I think they plummeted because interest rates went up a percentage point, and that directly affects affordability for buyers in today's market. And also on the verse side, say if you bought a house and you got that 3% interest rate and you're a seller and you maybe need a bigger house, maybe you need a smaller house, one of those situations, you're looking at the market and you're like, well, for what I'm in now, 3%, I could sell my house for way more than I paid for it. But at the same time, I'm going back in and I'm buying at a higher price and also higher interest rates. So we think we're going to see a lot of sellers hold off, especially with what's going on with the interest rate market. But from what we hear from the gurus, right, from all these people that have this magic crystal ball that no one has access to, is that interest rates are supposedly supposed to tick back downwards. Who knows? I just saw that, I think it was the UK or the United Nations just said to the United States, hey, Fed, could we stop raising rates? Because you're going to throw literally the world into a recession. But who knows what happens, guys? We're riding this roller coaster to the end, right? I'm here for it. I'm just reporting on it, giving you my ideas on what's going on here in the local area, how I think that affects St. Augustine and St. Johns County. Um, but yeah, let me know what you guys think about everything going on in the comments below. I'm going to go to something that this is kind of a fluff piece, but I think this is also a perfect example of someone who lives right on the water. And this is just like the mentality that people have. And it's actually pretty hilarious, because this guy is just like, yeah, I figured why not just build a dune wall, on on his property. Oh, what's this? Not this. That's not it, guys. Sorry. Come on. Here we go. So this guy is definitely engineering at a finer level than most people. He definitely did some interesting thing, guys. Um, he built dunes for his neighborhood. It wasn't just for his house, and he did it during the hurricane, which is like it's hilarious. People are like, he's got water flooding in here. There's video of him picking up sand and flipping it over onto the dune to make it higher. And yep, here it goes. And I'm just sitting here. I'm like, the mentality of this man, right? Like, they evacuated the islands, and he's like, you know what? I'm staying. I'm building a dune. I'm protecting my house. This is the guy right here. So this is in Vilano Beach. Yeah, and he says it right here. Comes with a cost. So there's one other thing that he does on this video that I thought was fantastic. He uses his jet ski to pump out water out of this area over the dunes. So he's really thinking at a different level here, this guy. And I gotta commend him. Look at that. Look at I thought that was fantastic. Like, and the neighbors love him. The neighbors like this guy. He's doing the Lord's work. But here's also the funny thing, I'll leave that. I'll leave that there for you. At the end of this video, the county had said that they were supposed to start a dune project exactly where he made those dunes, and now the county's going out like as soon as possible to get that started because he went and did it himself. Now the county's like, oh man, making us look pretty bad because we had it on our list and we didn't do it. And this guy, just an individual homeowner, went out there and built his own dunes. And now we got to hop on it. So I just think that is pretty funny. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you have any questions about anything here in the market, what the damage was from Hurricane Ian here, how a lot of people react here, just let me know in the comments below. I'm happy to answer any questions you guys have. So I've also been talking about this on my live stream. I have another video coming out, hopefully this weekend, about homes under $350,000 within St. Johns County, which I know is important to a lot of you guys here. But if you've listened to my live streams in the past, if you've listened to some of my videos, you know that I've talked about Route 207. I have a video about Route 207 and why I think that could be one of the to buy a home in St. Johns County because of the development that's going on around Route 207. So I have a whole video, which I'll see if I can write down to add that as a card on here. So it should pop up ahead. Okay, of course the pen I'm using doesn't work, but 207, yes. So they're developing all up and down 207. They got D.R. Horton and Trotta there building single family homes. They're going to have townhouses out there soon. They just put a Best Bet over there. A Beaver Toyota is going right there on 95. They built an ambulatory center. They built a VA hospital. Whole bunch of new things, commercial development is going right on 207, as well as residential development. And now I'm going to show you another thing that they're doing on 207. Which is pretty funny also considering that the county denied a whole bunch of residential projects, but they didn't deny this bad boy. St. Johns County commissioners approved development at Route 207 and I-95 up to 300 hotel rooms, 1.35 million square feet of non-residential uses planned. So this is going to be at the south end of 207 and 95. It's going to be 134 acres that they're going to rezone. And yeah, this is going to be 300 hotel rooms right over there and 1 million square feet of commercial space. So they're looking to bring 750,000 square feet of industrial uses, 250,000 square feet of medical hospital uses, 100 square feet of medical office, 200,000 square feet of general office, educational or institutional uses, and 50,000 square feet of commercial retail or shopping. So that is a pretty significant build there. And I think Chris Shee is part owner of Mastercraft Builders in the area. So I imagine that's probably in tandem with another project he's got coming up. But Shee's presentation called The Path, an initial step towards establishment of a larger connected multimodal system connecting to existing and future projects south of the property and the Palatka to St. Augustine Trail around 207. So let's hop to the map real quick just so you guys can see here. All right. So 207 is right here. I just talked about all these places over here. I have a video where you have Treaty Park over here. It's right off of 207. They got a new RV resort here. This is the best bet. Sorry, now my dog's whining. He wants to leave the bedroom. Go, go, go. All right. And we're back. They have Epic Theaters over here, a movie theater. They're building Murata, which is Seasons by Richmond American over here. That's going to be single family homes. But now they're talking about over here, south of 95 and 207, which I've covered Hastings in my past videos because they're talking about adding a wastewater treatment facility in Hastings, right? This is all along 207. The next major hub outside of Hastings, this is a more rural town, is going to be Palatka and East Palatka over here. So the development is right, like it's happening right there, you know, like in this stretch between St. Augustine and St. Johns County, this east-west 207 route is probably what they're going to end up building on. And that's where this 300 hotel rooms are going to be in the 1 million square feet of commercial space. So it's a pretty significant amount of changes that are going to happen in that area, and it will definitely affect how Hastings is going to change in the next couple of years, especially with the addition of the tax money. The tax revenue plan has 110 wastewater treatment facility going in there. So I imagine with that development, they're looking to add more homes into Hastings within St. Johns County. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw that coming. So yeah, guys, that is it for tonight. I will make sure to add these things on here. If you have any additional questions, guys, you can reach me at the link below. Do a 30-minute video appointment. If you have anything that, just want a question, leave a comment below. If I don't get to it right now, I'll get to it later. So, and I'll make sure your questions are answered. Here every Wednesday at 8 p.m., going over the local, man, I do this so many times I mess it up. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. going over the local market stats, the news, and any questions that you guys may have, hopefully giving you some answers. I appreciate you guys being here tonight. Looks like we got 8 people on here, so that's awesome. I hope you gained some value in this live stream. Let me know. Leave me a comment. Talk to you later.